Hey guys, it's Reeve Florine here, and tonight we're going to talk about traffic with Facebook ads. Now, this is one of my favorite traffic sources. It's incredibly profitable. The targeting is amazing for what you can do with Facebook. So what did we cover last week? Well, we talked about solo ads, and we talked about what are solo ads, where do you find solo ads, how to evaluate a solo ad seller, how to minimize your risk, how to track your advertising, how to ramp up your ad campaign, how to profit from solo ads, and a lot more stuff. And the homework from last week was setting up conversion tracking for your squeeze page, split testing, or setting up a split test for your squeeze page, creating ad cloaking links so you could see how things were going, and then test it out like on your own computer and see if things were tracking properly, and then buy your first solo ad. And this week, we're going to talk about getting traffic with Facebook advertising. We're going to learn how to get laser-targeted traffic, how to get clicks for pennies, how to create ads that sell, how to promote affiliate offers, how to build your list with Facebook ads, how to steal your competitors' customers. This is a really cool technique. And how to market to your existing customers. This is the most profitable audience you're ever going to have on Facebook. And a lot more cool stuff. So, first off, when you're doing any kind of advertising, but especially Facebook ads, you need to know what your goal is. Now, do you want to have a lot of Facebook followers? Is that what you're advertising for? Do you want to build an email list? Is that the primary reason? Do you want to just promote offers as an affiliate? Do you have your own products that you want to market? Do you want to do any webinars or maybe any like offline seminars and get people to show up to those? But first off, let's backtrack a little bit here. Make sure that you know exactly what Facebook ads are. Well, there's several different ad types. There's page post engagement, and I'm going to go through each of these. And this has some potential. There's definitely some potential with page post engagement. There's a page likes. I rarely use this. There's a lot of people out there that want to build fan bases of millions of people on some strange topic. They'll pick something like cute kitties or something, and that'll be their topic. And yeah, there's money that can be made because there's definitely pet owners that want to buy stuff, but that's not really my niche. I deal with business owners and entrepreneurs, and yeah, I could make money in those other niche markets, but I'm not that interested in it. And I also find, at least for myself, in the niches that I advertise on Facebook, it's hard to monetize page likes. It's hard to get someone to have your own Facebook page and then just randomly promote various affiliate offers to that audience and get them to buy stuff. I find that very challenging. It's a lot easier for me to get them on an email list, build a relationship with them, and get them to buy that way. Clicks to a website. This is great, especially if you're doing any affiliate marketing. You can drive clicks to just about any affiliate offer. I mean, within reason, there's things that they do block, but the vast majority of affiliate offers you can actually promote with clicks to website and just direct link. You can't do this with Google AdWords anymore. So Facebook is one of the few remaining big sites that you can do this with. Another one that's really popular that I'm playing around with a lot right now is Bing or Yahoo advertising. It's the same company that's running the ads for both those. It's both Microsoft, and you just advertise through Bing, and your ads show up on Microsoft search engine, Bing, and Yahoo search engine. So it's pretty cool. That definitely has a lot of potential as well, and you can direct link to affiliate offers that way. Website conversions. Now in Facebook there is a way to track your conversions. So let's say you have a squeeze page. You can actually go, oh, I'm driving all these clicks from this ad or from this specific targeting, and those people are actually signing up to my list. That is the ad I want to keep. Where you might have another ad where you're getting a ton of clicks, but no one's actually signing up. Or maybe you were paying like $1 per subscriber on your good advertising, and your bad ad, you're paying like $5 or $6 per subscriber. Well, why would you put all that money into the other subscribers if you could get subscribers cheaper? App install. This is like promoting your own application you've made. So for instance, like a phone app you could promote to people on Facebook. I don't have any of my own phone apps, so I haven't done this yet. There's app engagements, same thing. I don't have an app, so I haven't messed with that yet. There's event registrations. I haven't done much of this yet, but I think this could work really well for webinars, seminars, and if you have like an offline business, like for instance, if you, let's say you own a bar and you're going to have some live music, well, I get invites all the time from various bars in my area for different events that they have going on. Like they might have something for, well, I guess St. Patrick's Day is coming around right around the corner. It's next week, so they would. I've gotten invites for some of those things where they'll have like live music or drink specials or things like for Halloween and New Year's Eve and stuff like that, or Christmas time. I'll get various event invites, especially from bars. And then offer claims, and this definitely has potential. This is kind of like putting like a coupon up on Facebook and advertising to people directly, like in their news feed, that you have like a special deal going on. So it's almost like sending them like a Groupon offer, if you will, right into their Facebook feed, and Facebook lets you collect the money right there. So it's pretty neat. So, but the two main ads that you're going to see are going to be right side, like the column ads, or newsfeed ads. And basically, newsfeed ads are going to cost more. They get more engagement, but they're more expensive. These are the ads that are like right in the smack dab middle of your screen. I'll show you an example of both of these. And the right column ads, they're a lot cheaper generally, and they can also be ignored. There's kind of some banner blindness going on with the right column ads. And then, at least how I do it, is I like to start out and focus on my right column ads, and if I'm starting to get opt-ins or I'm starting to make sales, then I drive traffic to some newsfeed ads as well, because usually those right column ads are a little bit cheaper. It lets me test out a bunch of different things quickly and kind of find what's working, and then I can start spending more money per click on the newsfeed ads once I have a proven winner. And you want to make sure you track everything, because for instance, you might have right column ads that are doing really well, and the newsfeed ads don't make you any money. Or you might have newsfeed ads where you could spend a lot more per click because the sales or opt-ins are just coming in a lot better. And so that's why you need to track everything. And let's just show you a few examples. So on the left here, we've got a newsfeed ad, and this shows up like right in the middle. So that's why I have like the update your status thing right there, and other things in the newsfeed would show up. And then a right column ad is the things just on the right hand screen. Usually you'll see like a lot of them now. They'll have like a red border or something around them. I've got ads where I do both. I've got ads where I do other crazy stuff. I've got ads where I've got arrows pointing to my text over here. So it's nothing too fancy. These ads are exactly the same, except for this one just has a red border on it versus the picture that's on this one. So Facebook ad bidding. So you bid on what you're willing to spend per click, and by default they have it set up where it's just optimized for clicks or conversions depending on how you're advertising, and you can spend a lot of money that way pretty quickly if you're not paying attention. So what I do is I set a fairly high budget of say $100, and then I enter in a max bid for what I'm willing to do. So you can do manual bidding. So let's say that Facebook is telling me that I can spend between 73 cents and 95 cents a click. So I will bid I will generally bid 95 cents or $1. I'll go like 5 cents higher than what the top bid is, since that pretty much guarantees me top spot for my ads, and my ads will get seen quickly and I'll get clicks quickly, and then because I'm getting clicks, usually my ad price will go down because they want to reward me for having an ad that gets more clicks and more people are engaging with it. By bidding high and by having a high budget, this gets your ad approved incredibly quick. I just kind of like set it up, and then I tend to watch it like a hawk, and I'll drop the budget down to like $5 or $10, and I'll usually lower the price per click too. Um, but sometimes I leave it pretty high, and I guess most of the time I probably leave it high, or at least pretty high, at least for the first few hours or the first day or so, just to get some clicks and kind of see where things are headed with it. And I want you to keep in mind that no matter what kind of advertising you do, it's pretty rare to make money right away, right straight off the bat without doing any sort of testing and tweaking and improvements. That's why so many businesses go under, because they don't have the money to realize to spend on advertising and to tweak things and improve things, and they just, they'll get like a yellow page ad or a big, TV or radio campaign going, and they're not testing anything. They don't know what they're doing, and it's so challenging for them to get a business off the ground and to keep it running. But with the internet, especially with Facebook ads, you can really test and tweak and really change things, because you can bid differently for different sexes or different ages, or if people went to college or not, or where they live, or what kind of car they drive. It's ridiculous what you can do on Facebook. Now, it gives you a few different options for how you want to bid. You got cost per click, or cost per 1,000 impressions, or optimize cost per 1,000 impressions. When I'm starting off a campaign, I almost always do cost per click, and I do it as a manual bid instead of having Facebook deciding what I should bid. I like to have a little more control. If I'm targeting like a really small audience, so it might be people that are customers of a specific product of mine, or people I've met at a seminar, or just something like that, then I'll do cost per 1,000 impressions, because I can usually get incredibly cheap clicks, because it's just targeting so few people. Really, if you're at a seminar, even if there's a couple thousand people there, how many are you really going to talk to and get their contact info? It'd be pretty hard for you to talk to more than a couple hundred, during like a weekend, and actually get all their contact info and be able to set up an advertisement. Now, Facebook, when you're setting up an ad, they'll generally tell you to optimize your campaign for clicks or conversions. This is like the... Excuse me, I had a little sneeze there. This is kind of like the default setting, and you've got to... I like to change it myself, but I'm incredibly leery of leaving it as a default. I feel that it's really in Facebook's kind of best interest to have it set at the default, and that they don't really care, if you will. Now, I don't have data to back that up, but I just get that feeling, and I want to have a little more control myself. So I'd set manual bid cost per click. That's what I do. So how do you get laser targeted traffic? Well, it's really about knowing your target market. And so let's say you're marketing to internet marketers. We talked about this in one of our earlier calls, but here are some of the demographics that I'd go after. You want to focus on just a handful of countries, and you could do your ads. You could do your ads individually for each country. That would be the preferred method. People are generally lazy, so they'll lump all these countries together. But if you really want to get good at Facebook ads, and I will admit this is not something that I'm doing much myself, but I know that it helps. You would set up a different ad for each country. So you'd have an ad for the people who live in the US, an ad for the people that live in the UK, an ad for the people that live in Canada, etc. But basically, you want to target US, UK, Canada, Australia. New Zealand is a maybe, and Singapore is a maybe. Those are kind of the top tier countries right now, where English is the pretty much the dominant language, and people have money. They have credit cards, PayPal accounts. They like to spend on the internet. Also, in internet marketing, men really make up the majority of the market. Most of my customers are men. That being said, there are women who buy, and I also find that the small percentage of women that buy will buy expensive stuff. So they won't just buy like the $7 WSO. they'll buy the $1,000 coaching program, they'll buy the $5,000 coaching program, they'll buy the $10,000 coaching program. In fact, I met my ex-wife at a seminar because she bought one of my products. So good or bad, you can make money marketing to women. Just be careful. Age 35 and up is really the marketplace online. For internet marketing stuff, there's definitely people in their 20s. I'm turning 28 in April. There are definitely people in their 20s who buy stuff online and spend money online. I'm one of the few that buy a lot of internet marketing products in my 20s, but I was buying products when I was a young teenager in internet marketing, so I'm an odd case. The majority of people are 35 and up that actually spend money in internet marketing. So that's one thing that you can't do with like a solo ad. You can't target just men or just people who are 35 and up, but on a Facebook ad you can. And then instead of, like, a lot of people they'll create an ad and they'll target people who just say, I like internet marketing, and they don't get any more specific than that, and they'll be like a million people that they're targeting. Well, what you want to do is you want to create a separate ad for each person. So you don't have to do this for everything, but let's say if you're doing one of these website conversion ads, and I'm going to walk you through this in a little bit here, but if you're doing a website conversion ad, you're going to want to do a new ad for people who like Frank Kern, a new ad for people who like Ryan Deiss, a new ad for people who like Aweber, a new ad for people who like GetResponse. And the text of the ad can be exactly the same. It can go to the same web page, but you're just tracking things differently. And that way you can tell, Frank Kern's guys really do well for me, but Mike Filsame over here, those guys don't want to sign up for my offer, for example. So how do you get clicks for pennies? Well, this is always a hot topic. Everyone wants to get something for next to nothing or for nothing. But really, a lot of times there's a difference between getting clicks for a penny or for free and clicks that actually produce a high return on investment. Now, successful marketers like myself and friends that I know, we love getting penny clicks, but we prefer to get high return on investment clicks. And unsuccessful marketers, I've found by and large, tend to focus on penny clicks or free traffic. They're like, well, if I could only get number one rankings on Google, I'd be set. Well, you and 10 million other guys want the number one spot on Google. Well, that's kind of hard to do, especially for free. But, if you found a way to target a certain keyword that's doing really well, like if you're doing pay-per-click advertising, not Facebook, but if you're doing pay-per-click advertising and you found a bunch of keywords that were doing really well for you, and you found that, the typical person's spending, 20 cents a click, but, if I want the top spot, I could spend, $1 a click or $5 a click, and I'd still be making money. Well, that's just going to make you the number one person in the marketplace because you can spend more to acquire a customer. And that's something that successful marketers realize and successful business owners realize, and unsuccessful ones don't. It seems like a lot of unsuccessful ones, want a penny pinch on things and don't see the forest between the trees, basically, on how stuff works. And they just get sidetracked from thing to thing to thing and think that, they're saving money by not spending it on the right advertising. With that in mind, I understand that this is something people want to do, so I'm going to give you 3 easy ways that I've gotten clicks really cheap, and you can use these in your own marketing. So, method number 1 is Facebook likes. So let's say that you do like a Facebook fan page for like black Labradors, and you could have like a cute little picture of a puppy, like a black lab, and then put like a little red border around it, and then you target people who like black labs. I did this. I ended up getting, at least from my ads, about 1,500 likes to my page of people who just lived in the United States who like black labs, and I spent less than $20 for it. And then since there was like some organic reach because other people who were like friends of these people that signed up through my paid ads, they saw that, oh, my neighbor over here, he signed up for this black lab thing, and I've got a black lab too. I'm going to sign up too. So there's some viral growth there. So I got a little over, somewhere between 2,000, 2,100. I haven't looked in a while, but just from ads, and I did that like within a day. And I mean, I could have spent a lot more than $20. I just was curious what would happen, so I let it run for like $19.27 or something ridiculous, and I was able to get people, but it wasn't a niche that I was really interested in. I don't have a black lab. Yeah, they're cool. I like dogs. I don't have a black lab of my own, and I didn't have anything to market to them. I just wanted to see how you do it. So I did this, like a year or two ago, and the method still works. You can get a lot of likes this way. Definitely, there are people out there that monetize it. They've found ways to, put little cute pictures up and have a link to, either like a CPA network that's kind of related, or they'll have some sort of affiliate offer, or they have products of their own in the marketplace. I mean, if you've got, let's say you're like an online pet store, well, geez, there's no reason why you couldn't have all these specific dog fan pages and target people, or even have one big dog's fan page, but then target people who like individual dog breeds. That would be fine, or related dog breeds, because like there's dogs that are, like the like black labs and like various like retrieving dogs would be like hunting group, I think is what it would be called, and then there's like the working dogs, which I think would be like the Saint Bernards and stuff like that, and then there's like the little like the terriers and toy breeds and things like that. Those are different categories of dog breeds, and that would you could have individual fan pages for those, half a dozen or so major categories of dog breeds. Now, I've also seen it for some really odd stuff. So, for instance, a couple weeks ago, I saw an ad, and it was targeted for people who like classic rocker Alice Cooper. And I clicked on it. I was curious what it was. It was like click like if you like Alice Cooper. And I guess on my fan page or in my Facebook, I must have liked Alice Cooper's page at some point. He's got some good songs. And anyways, it was promoting a fan page for conservatives. So I thought that was interesting. I did a little research, and I found out that I guess Alice Cooper is Republican and quite conservative, which is something I didn't know. I wouldn't have guessed that myself. And anyways, they have like a page with like some pretty ultra-conservative views, but they've got over 4 million fans, and they're targeting people who either like Alice Cooper or like Alice Cooper and maybe like some other more conservative or Republican type topics. And they're probably doing this for some other celebrities, and it's getting them a lot of cheap likes. They've got over 4 million likes, so there's definitely some potential here. If you could really find out what people like in your specific marketplace, and then you could tie that in. So let's say, let's go with this example, but do it with internet marketing. And let's just say that for some reason that there's a lot of Alice Cooper fans that like internet marketing. Well, we could target people who like Alice Cooper, who also like pages related to internet marketing. And because we're talking about Alice Cooper versus talking about internet marketing, we can kind of trick people into signing up to our Facebook fan page and sending them internet marketing stuff. So it's kind of a way around it, because there might be people that are like a little leery. My guess is there's people that are leery to sign up for like this conservative thing because they don't want other people to know their political views, because a lot of people have been raised, don't talk about sex, money, religion, politics, those types of things publicly. And but it's okay to talk about like a band you like or something like that, or a TV show or a movie. That's perfectly fine and kosher, and no one has a problem with it, it seems, if you talk about that. But if you talk about your political viewpoint, that just opens up a can of worms with people oftentimes. So people have just been kind of raised not to do that. So I think that's maybe why this site is doing that. But I thought it was really interesting, and I thought it was something to definitely highlight for you. And funny thing has it, I had an ad target me for Ted Nugent, who is he's another musician, but I guess you can kind of tell I like older music, but anyways, he is also, well, he's even more so, but he's definitely talks about religion, and he's very conservative guy. So it was kind of interesting. There was this fan page. It was Being Christian, and it's got almost 900,000 likes. And I hadn't heard of this specific fan page yet. But I got this ad today, this morning, while I was making this presentation. I was like, oh, this is interesting. Here's another company, or maybe it's the same people who run it. I don't know. But here's another fan page that's using the same technique. So other people are noticing this too and going, how can I model this? So I thought it was something interesting to do. And it's definitely something that I want to do in the internet marketing niche, because it's like, this might be a really good way to get some entrepreneurs and business owners to like a page that might not otherwise do it because they don't want to get marketed to all the time, but they're willing to say they like some sort of popular celebrity of some sort. And with the marketplace, I might have to target some more, a little bit younger musicians, but even so, even if I just targeted like someone who's popular in the top 40 right now, but targeted them and made sure that it was also targeting people who liked internet marketing. You need to do that. That way you could really get cheap clicks, I think. It's definitely something I want to test. Method number 2, target crummy countries. So step number 1 in this plan is you avoid any money where people have money to spend. This is the guaranteed way of getting super cheap traffic. You just advertise to third world countries because nobody else wants to do it, so you can bid really low. You're going to get cheap clicks. You're probably not going to get any sales, but the nice thing about this is you can build like an initial fan base, because like, especially when you're advertising to like some of these Western countries and they see that you've got this Facebook fan page and it has 0 people liking it, or maybe has like 100 people who like it. Well, that doesn't really instill confidence. I mean, over in a lot of the Western world, it seems like we're very, for better or worse, we're attracted to people who have a lot of confidence, who have a lot of chutzpah, if you will, who really want to get things done. We're attracted to people who maybe, I don't know, kind of overstate their qualifications, if you will. Whereas in a lot of other countries, especially countries where people don't have the same standard of living as us, generally, and I am making generalizations here because there are other countries that have good economies and have this mindset as well, but it seems like a lot of the other countries, it's more of a virtue to be humble and down to earth and not draw attention to oneself and those types of things, and those seem to be admirable qualities in those cultures. And it's kind of a shame because really, to be honest about it, I would prefer to deal with someone that's like that. I'm more attracted to that, but I'm, small town Midwest, everyone knows everybody community. So, your laundry's out to dry and, everybody knows it type of thing where I live. Today, for instance, I was... my dad is a scientist for the government, and he organizes a thing every year with a bunch of other people that do it. But it's basically a water festival for 4th grade students, where they do they have kids from like 3 different counties show up, and all the schools show up. And I was helping my dad out and volunteering for it. My dad's like the head organizer for this thing, and so. They have about 800, 900 students that show. I walk in, and there's a bunch of staff there that know me. They're doing it at one of the colleges here. The college is on spring break, but there's a bunch of other people that like work with my dad, and they all know me, and they're all waving at me. And then there's like teachers that I've known from when I was in 4th grade, but I didn't actually have them as my 4th grade teacher, but because they know me because of my dad or because of the small town I'm in. They all say hi and say my name, and it's people I haven't seen, in, well, however many years it's been since I was in 4th grade, but it's just crazy. That's that's where I'm coming from. So I guess it's a random tangent here, but I just thought it was kind of interesting to share, and that's why I'm attracted to it. Where a lot of people, at least from what I've talked to, and maybe I'm making generalizations here, feel free to correct me, but it seems like a lot of people, especially in bigger cities, from what I've seen, are definitely more attracted to that kind of that air of confidence and that I can get this done and I'll get it done right now type of thing. Where I guess where I'm from, it's definitely more laid back and everyone knows your name type of thing. I guess that's kind of like the TV show Cheers and what was his name? Norm. Everyone seemed to know his name. So there we go, another flashback moment for everybody. So here's an example that I did for an ad, and it was the Caribbean islands. So I just did some targeting here for people who liked a whole bunch of different internet marketers. I don't know, I'm targeting like 20 or 30 different names, and feel free to target any of those guys. And basically I did people who lived in all these different islands. There's probably about 20 there, and it ended up being just 3,600 people. I also made sure that they said they spoke English, because I didn't want to, there's countries in here like Panama and Nicaragua and stuff like that, and some of these are Central America, but it's like, did they speak English there? I don't know. I kind of thought they spoke Spanish or Portuguese or something. I think Spanish. And so I made sure that they spoke English. But I was able to get conversions. I let it run for just a little bit here, but I got 5 cents per opt-in. That's pretty cheap. I got 3 people sign up. I spent a whopping 15 cents. So I thought that was pretty neat. And this is people who actually went to my webpage and they filled out their email and they signed up for my WordPress plugins that I was giving away. So you can get clicks and likes really cheaply. I mean, I was paying 2 cents, 3 cents, 2 or 3 cents a click. So that's pretty interesting. Then this is a method that works incredibly well for me. And you may not pay a penny a click doing this. You may not pay a penny a click doing any of these things. It might be more than that for you. But this takes a little bit more work, but it can be incredibly lucrative. I really like this strategy. I'm going to be sharing how this works a little bit later on. But the concept is basically you create a custom audience of people who have done business with you in the past. And they might be on your email list. They might be on a customer list. They might be people who've bought something through PayPal, but they're not actually on your email list. It might be you might promote an affiliate offer, and you got all the contact details of all the people who bought. Maybe you're running some paid traffic to it. For instance, here's something I did. I send a lot of traffic over to Digital Marketer, which is the company that Ryan Deiss, Perry Belcher, Frank Kern, and a couple other marketers are a part of. That company does on average about $30 million a year, and I promote a lot of their stuff. And I make quite a few sales for them every month. And anyways, for the last couple months here, I went through and I one at a time looked at every single transaction, and it ended up being 400 or so people who bought something. They bought at least one item. There are a lot of people that bought several items, but 400 unique people that I had the customer details for, because it doesn't show me for everything, but for some of the products that I had their name and stuff like that. So I started looking up each of those people on Facebook and finding them and writing down what their little Facebook ID was, because then I knew I could target them with a Facebook ad. So I found 200, 300 or so of them on Facebook, and I wrote it down. And I mean, it took me a few hours to do this, but I was able to get people who not only, because these were, okay, so let me just backtrack here. So when I'm promoting a product from Ryan Deiss, so I'll send traffic to people who say they like Ryan Deiss on Facebook. Okay? Those people, and I've gotten thousands upon thousands of clicks on these ads. Okay? Those people will go, I send them straight to one of his products as an affiliate. Okay? If they buy, then I I almost always get their customer info, not all the time. Like for instance, for some of their campaigns, like they've done stuff where it was like a free book or a low priced product, and I made like hundreds upon hundreds of sales for them, but I didn't get the customer details for those. But I'm talking about things where they've spent like a couple $100 and I got the customer details on it. Anyways, I took the contact info on Facebook. I searched for them individually. I saved that data into a spreadsheet, and then so these are people who've clicked on an ad. So they like Ryan Deiss. They've clicked on my ad for Ryan Deiss. They've bought one of Ryan's expensive products from my Facebook advertising, and now I'm doing ads just specifically to those people. So for the ones that I quickly found, because I only spent a couple hours doing this, I've added like 200 and some people to a little spreadsheet. Now those people, I'm doing cost per 1,000 impressions bidding for the most part. I do have some campaigns where I'm paying cost per click, but almost all of them I'm doing cost per 1,000 impressions. So because the audience is so small, I can just max out what I'm paying per 1,000 impressions, and I'll just spend a few pennies per day, and I'll have some clicks, and oftentimes it results in sales because I'm promoting like, I don't know, like a dozen different products of Ryan's to those people, and oftentimes I'll get sales. So I might spend like a penny, but I'll make like $100 just from promoting to those specific people. So it's pretty cool. That's just an astronomical return on investment. It's just insane. So this gets you incredibly cheap clicks. It's also the easiest ads you're going to make money from. And you know what I'm doing with Ryan is really hard to get that set up, because I had to find those people one at a time. I mean, it was definitely something I should have just outsourced to a virtual assistant. But I was curious if I could even do it, and I didn't know how to really tell them how to do it, so I had to kind of figure out how to do it. But now I know how to do it, so I could definitely outsource this sort of espionage technique, if you will. And I've never seen anyone teach this specific method, but one of the easiest ways to do it, and I'm going to talk about this later in the call, but one of the two of the easiest ways to do it is, one, actually have like an autoresponder where you can just back up your list and just upload your list to Facebook. That's the easiest way to do it. The next best option is to take like PayPal and just export all your transactions that you've had like in the last year or however long you've had a PayPal account, and upload all those email addresses to Facebook. So like, let's say you've had like 1,000 sales or 1,000 different customers, for example. You just upload that list to Facebook, and you can target those people with ads all day long. It could be stuff for you, could be stuff for other people, could be just about anything. Obviously you want it to be relevant to your target market, but could be just about anything that you want to promote. So it's just kind of interesting what you can do with that, and just how profitable and how lucrative that can be. So here's an example. I did a customer segment. Now this is the same squeeze page where I'm promoting the WordPress plugins, and I uploaded like 3,800 of my customers to this specific segment. I paid on average 22. I think I did a max bid of 22 cents, and I paid on average about 18 cents per click. I ended up getting 101 clicks, and I paid 26 cents per lead. So I got 73 people to sign up to my list. And granted, these are people that have spent money with me in the past, but they might not be on my list now, because these were kind of like old customers from a couple years ago. So I just wanted to like re-engage them. And so I spent $18 to get 73 people who have a known history of spending money with me in the past back on my list. So it was a great way to get people back onto an email list of mine. So how do you create ads that sell? Well, this is a lot easier than you think. People really complicate this, but I'm going to give you some really easy, kind of brain dead solutions that people just kind of forget. Basically, take the headline that you've been testing, or the headlines that you're using, and use those as your ad text. Oftentimes, those get approved for me, and they do quite well. That's your easiest one. I also do this for pay-per-click traffic, like on Bing. I'll take the headline of an offer and I'll put that as my ad text, and that works quite well. Another thing to do is take your bullet points from your sales page, and those can be promoting the offer too. That works very well as well. Oftentimes, bullet points are really powerful, and that works. Another thing that I do is, so let's say that you have a testimonial, and your testimonial might be like 3 paragraphs long, but there might be like a specific sentence that just like jumps out at you. Because notice when you go to like a sales page, oftentimes you'll see a testimonial and they'll have like a little part of the testimonial kind of like bolded or like a really big font or italicized or something like that. And that's usually like the really cool part where they got like, I did this Facebook ad and I made, $573 in 30 minutes or whatever, and using whatever system. And that is like the best part of the testimonial. So that part becomes a cool ad that you can put on there. Images. Now, images can really make or break the success of your advertisement. I'd say targeting, number one, is the most important thing. Then the thing that actually grabs people's attention is the ad, and then the text just really convinces them to click. So you need to have your targeting right, otherwise you're wasting money. You need to have your image right, otherwise no one's going to see it, because people are just kind of like blinded by advertising anyway. So you need to have something that grabs them kind of by the jugular and gets them to focus on you. That's why you see ads where they have, definitely advertising to men here, but you'll see ads where it has, a really attractive girl, or a girl that just looks really seductive, and that'll get our attention because we're like, ooh, look at that, because it's just natural for us to look. And I apologize for any of the women listening, but for most of us guys, sex definitely works on us. It definitely sells to us. That's the other, another thing why you see, you don't really see Facebook ads where you have like a blue border around an image, because there's so much blue on the page that doesn't stand out. But you'll see ads where they'll have like a red border, a green border. You'll see ads where the picture is slightly tilted a little bit, or you got like a rainbow border, or just weird stuff, dashes around it. Those things grab our attention, especially if they're like like red or orange or a pink, or maybe not pink so much, but that would be contrasting, or even a green. Those kind of leap off the page, especially if it's like a really ugly, like an intense fluorescent lime green type thing. That'll really jump out, not like the color of grass, but something that's just kind of hideous looking. That will jump off the page and get people to look at it, and they might click. They might just click on the ad. I know there's, especially the ads where it's been like an attractive girl, I've just clicked on it just out of sheer curiosity what's on the other side. I usually was disappointed when I've clicked on it and there wasn't like more pictures of her, so I usually have just left and didn't sign up. So bear that in mind. If you're going to do an ad where you have a really attractive girl, have more pictures of an attractive girl on the page that it goes to, because I'll stay longer. I assume other people will too. The best images, at least for me and from what I've read of other marketers, is pictures of people that are like looking at you. And I'm not talking about having like professional shots done or getting like stock photos where you buy and it's like this real professional shot and it's professional photographer. I mean, just something where someone's looking like they're having a good time and they look friendly and approachable and it's a real person, or even just yourself. I used my branding photo of me in a suit that, I don't know, it's probably like 10 years old now. But anyways, I should probably update that. But anyways, that photo has been seen on a lot of sales letters, a lot of web pages that are mine and other people have that photo up. A lot of products have that photo, in there. Like, say, if it's like a DVD set or something, they'll have my picture, on one of the DVDs or whatever. It's on my business cards. It's on a lot of stuff. So, I use that one just as a branding thing. People are like, oh yeah, that's Reed. I've seen him before. Another nice thing about Facebook ads, which I'll admit is cool, is when you have Facebook ads and you have a picture of yourself, you keep branding yourself, and that's worth some money in its own. I know a lot of internet marketers don't talk anything about branding, which is so stupid, because let's face it, the big name guys, you get guys like Frank Kern and stuff like that, we buy their stuff because they're a celebrity, if you will, in the marketplace. It's so much easier for them to convince us to buy more stuff because of the cachet, if you will, that they have been able to generate, the celebrity status that they have, which convinces us, well, gee, Frank is amazing because Frank is amazing. And now I'm not saying that he isn't. I think Frank is a genius and he's a very good marketer. But the reason he's able to sell so easily, and why, someone like myself and a lot of other people will just buy blindly and we don't even read his sales copy anymore. We just, here's my money, let me buy it, is because of this brand that he's been able to develop. And you can't do that hawking junk. You need to have quality products, and he has quality products, but he's developed a certain level of guru celebrity status that's above the other people. It's kind of like, like Tony Robbins, for example. There's other people, there's definitely other people that are more qualified to teach self-improvement type stuff, because there's people that, have advanced degrees in all sorts of self-improvement type stuff. But Tony Robbins has a certain way, and at least from what I can recall, he doesn't have any degrees in it. Maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, but Tony's got a unique way and a unique ability of making you feel a certain way when you take part of his products and you listen to recordings or see him or witness him live or anything like that. You have this kind of unique state that you get put in where, I guess what I'm trying to say is you're getting educated, but you're also getting entertained in a way. So it's kind of like edutainment. I don't know, it's not really a word, but it's kind of a combination of that, and it seems to be kind of a feeling. It's like I'm using a Mac right now. I could easily do this on a Windows computer. I've got Linux computers I could do this presentation on, probably. I've got Google Chrome books that I could probably do this presentation on. There's a lot of different technology I have, but I prefer my Mac, and it's all Mac's marketing. Heck, we've had problems with my Mac on some of these other calls, and so I'm not saying that the Mac is any better. It's just a certain feeling that you get, and I guess I don't quite understand how it works, but I assume that you've had this feeling before as well with just about anything that you really liked. It could be a car or a beverage or a sports team or a book or a movie or something. It's this emotional state that you're put in where you just feel like this is right. This is the one for me. This is the thing I want, and it's a unique thing. So I think, long story short, branding is something that is very important in a way, and I feel that a lot of internet marketers are doing a disservice by saying that, branding is not important, it doesn't matter, and that's bull. Branding helps you make sales a lot faster, makes things a lot easier. People buy from you because they know, like, and trust you, and I think the missing ingredient to that is because they enjoy the experience of the feeling they get when they buy. They get that little drug rush, I guess, if you will, when they buy something from you, and endorphins, I think is the word, that this feeling that they get, this emotional chemical reaction in your brain that says that was a good job, you bought that thing, or that was a good thing because you actually took action and read the ebook, or you consumed the video, and that's just the state that you're put in. So I think that's definitely something that I need to study more myself, but I also encourage you to study, because I feel this branding and this emotional element that certain marketers have really mastered, and certain businesses have really mastered, like Apple's another one that's really mastered it. I think that just elevates you to a whole nother level, a whole nother playing field that your competition just can't touch you then. So I like using images like of myself, if I'm promoting my own products, or if I'm promoting someone else's products to like my customers, I might use a photo of myself. And then I also use pictures of gurus, but I try to be really careful about that and use pictures that I see them use in their own marketing, and I only send it to their own affiliate offers. So I don't like use a picture of like Frank Kern and send it to my own stuff, because I feel like that would be unethical and I'd probably get sued. But if like, let's say Frank's got a product coming out, I'll use his picture promoting his product. I don't see anything wrong with that. And Frank, if you're listening and you don't like that, feel free to let me know and I will tweak those ads. Also, red arrows work really well. So I'll have like a red arrow and have it like point to my ad text. And sometimes those ads get really high clicks and conversions as well. And it seems like a lot of people don't do this. I don't see anyone really talking about red arrows. It's just something I use when I want to try something different. There's a lot of other things that I want to try that I haven't quite done. I wouldn't mind doing like a smiley face or just other weird stuff. Like something that just looks like a button that someone would click, by like an easy button or whatever that people would just click. Because I just assume there'd be certain people that'd be drawn to those types of things, and you'd get decent clicks. I just haven't spent enough energy and money and time on those specific ideas. But I know there was a day where I just like wrote up or kind of drew out like 100 different diagrams for different pictures that I wanted to try, that were just like different little illustrative things that I thought would be interesting. And unfortunately, I haven't tried them all yet, but I definitely think that there's some other unique things in there now that I know that the arrows pointing to the right, pointing to the actual ad, seem to work. Sometimes I'll put like a border around my picture. Oftentimes it'll be the color red, because I can draw attention to it. I don't always do it. In fact, most of my ads I don't. And another thing, because I've had ads shut down because of this, is avoid having text in your ad or like in your image, because Facebook doesn't really like that, and people complain and they'll shut it down, or they just won't get it. They won't approve it to begin with. So promoting affiliate offers, this is where I've made a lot of money with Facebook ads, and you want to make sure that the affiliate program allows Facebook advertising. So you're going to want to search through the terms, and if you can't find something in the terms, you might want to ask the product creator. Some of the networks are having a hard time. I've had some difficulty recently with like ClickBank and ClickSure and JVZoo and Warrior Plus, but like independent programs where people have been like hosting it on their own stuff, where like they might have like Infusionsoft or Nanocast or something like that. Those ones seem to work okay, but I think there's been a lot of people that have like promoted like some scammier ClickBank and ClickSure offers, and that's kind of made it difficult for them. Also, like the JVZoo and Warrior Plus, some of those offers, actually anything in internet marketing, there's definitely products that are like overhyped and make it sound too good to be true, and you'll have like the actor on the page that'll be like, and I made $5 million in 30 seconds by clicking this button, type of thing, and look at my sports car and helicopter, and I've got this 300-foot yacht, and I'm surrounded by supermodels all day long, which is just baloney. But anyways, there's people out there that I guess believe that, and so you see people putting those types of products out there, and be like some one-click software thing, and anyways, those types of things are not getting approved on Facebook. I wonder why. They don't want to promote scams. Gee whiz there. Also, your offer can't have any exit pop-ups. That's just something they don't like. So make sure you don't have an exit pop-up on your page. And like I just mentioned, this hype-filled, especially make money offers, and I think some fitness offers too, are definitely under a lot more scrutiny than like something that's toned down a little bit, and it's just getting harder to get those approved. So you have a few options when you have something that can't get approved, or a few options regardless. Option number one is direct link to an offer. This is the easiest way to get started. The problem with this is anyone can do it. So someone can see that you're doing well and just copy you, and I've had that happen before. You can make money this way. It's definitely a good way to test out an offer and see if there's any potential. This will cost you more in the long run though, because you're not really building any assets for yourself. You're just driving traffic to someone else's thing and hoping to make a profit. There's no lists that you've built. There's no way of following up with people. There's no way of building a relationship with any of these people. Plus, people that go to a page oftentimes don't buy right away. They have to be reminded, and that's why we build an email list. So here's an example. Here I'm promoting one of Ryan Deiss's products. On the left side here is an ad that I made. I just kind of took a headline or bullet point pretty much from his page, and then this went directly to his sales page video through my affiliate link, and that's one of his newer products. It's on kind of creating an authority blogging website where you have other people creating your content, and you're getting a lot of traffic that way and making money. And he's got a blog that's doing over $1 million a month just with this model that he's teaching. Anyways, option number two is send them to a squeeze page. And another thing I should mention about the direct linking is I'm also doing direct linking on Bing, so that can work well. And something I've noticed, because I'm doing some Bing ads in a lot of different markets, and I'm making money in several different niche markets. Anything from cookbooks to stock market to obviously some make money offers. Some fitness things have been selling, and paleo diet. I've made a lot of sales in paleo so far. I've got 5 paleo campaigns that are profitable at the moment, and it's just shocking me because it seems like every day I'm making sales in the paleo market. So I'm that's interesting. I'm not spending much on these ads, so it's I should maybe build a list in the paleo market. These people that's definitely a hot niche. So anyways, you got a little secret niche that's working well for me. So option number two is send them to a specific squeeze page built specifically around that offer. So not send them to a page where enter your email below to learn how to make a lot of money. Enter your email below to learn how I made $6 million in the past year from my blog. Type of thing, and then promote Ryan Deiss's offer on how he has a blog that's doing over $1 million a month now. Then you can have follow-up emails in your autoresponder promoting that specific product, convincing them to buy. You're building an email list this way, and you can promote other offers to that list. Fancy that. You're building an actual asset that you own and can make money with for the long haul. So here's an example. I've got an ad. You've kind of seen this before, but here's an ad, and here's one of those arrows that I was talking about. Same ad text. I send them to my squeeze page here so they can sign up and get all these cool plugins, and then I'm promoting other plugin offers to this list, other WordPress stuff to this list, and that since it's targeted, they're buying and clicking and doing stuff with what I'm sending them. Option 3 is page post engagement. So if you can't direct link to a Facebook or to an affiliate offer or website of your own, you can, and you don't want to do a squeeze page, you can do what's called a page post engagement. And basically you need to have a fan page for this. And it basically creates a post on a fan page that you can market. And the downside of this, it can be expensive because you're doing just a newsfeed ad. Newsfeed ads are expensive. But one of the bad things is you can get some really nasty posts. I've seen ones where people have literally taken a picture of poop like dog poop, and they've put it on these Facebook fan page posts because they didn't like it. They don't like being marketed to in their news feed. And so there's people that have been like incredibly nasty and posted really like hate mail type things. So you really have to have a thick skin if you're going to do page post engagement, or if you're going to have any newsfeed ads, because you're going to have people that either think they're funny or that are really just nasty people, and they want to put something nasty on the internet because it makes them feel good about themselves. I never really understood that philosophy, but I guess apparently hiding behind your computer and going by a different name on the internet makes you like some real big badass, and you can say nasty things to people, but live in like your mom's basement and be a loser. It's like, okay, because I'm going to listen to you. I just don't get it. But here's an example of page post engagement, and actually this is an ad that I used to sell this course. And so I did an ad to some of my customers where I had like a video that I uploaded, and I talked about some of the bonuses they got, and then targeted them with page post engagement. And this had positive reviews. I had 7 people like this specific ad. It wasn't targeting very many people, and I had like 3 people ask specific questions on what I was on this coaching program, so they could find out what they would get when they took action. Offers. Now, offers is something that I don't see people doing very often. This is a nice thing. I haven't done much of it myself. So my understanding of this is you do like a limited time offer. And so let's say you have like a product of your own or an affiliate offer, and it's only going to be on the market for like 7 days. And or it's going to be like on a substantial discount for like 7 days. Then you create like you create this Facebook offer, and it's kind of like a Groupon deal, or a coupon, if you will. And you can market that. Now, I haven't done this much, but I'm seeing some of the bigger name gurus are doing it, and they're especially doing it like for their own products. I've done it a couple times, and I've had kind of mixed results. So I'm not an expert on this topic. I haven't done it enough to master it, but I do see that there does seem to be some potential here. And basically, you have like an attention-grabbing headline, you have like an image, you can talk a little bit more about your offer, then it tells them that there's like a limited amount of people who can buy, there's like 7 spots left, and you need to click this button in order to take advantage of this promotion, and they can click it. And the nice thing is, if they've clicked it, or I think if they've even interacted with it in any way, shape, or form, they get reminded. They get like a Facebook like notification or a Facebook message that tells them that they need to take action. So let's say you've got something, and let's say someone clicks on like Monday, and they click on the ad, and let's say your deal ends on Friday. Well, you could have it update them again like on Thursday to take action and buy whatever you were selling or sign up for whatever you're doing if they hadn't done so already. And that's just kind of a neat thing that you can't really do with traditional Facebook advertising unless you're like building an email list. Then you could do it, but this does it automatically and sends them like a Facebook, I think a notification is what it did when I clicked the button. I think it was a Facebook notification, but regardless, people see those Facebook notifications and tend to click on them. So how do you build your list? Well, you want to create a squeeze page, just like we've done in our other examples. Then you want to set up conversion tracking. I'm going to show you how to do that. Then you put that tracking pixel and you put it on your thank you page, and you create a separate ad for each tweak that you're doing. So, if let's say you want to target men specifically, well, that could be an individual ad. Let's say you want to target women, that could be a different ad. Maybe you want to target women who live in New York City of a certain age. It's crazy what you can do. But you basically, make a new ad for each tweak. Another thing you want to do is, if you're let's say you're doing internet marketing, you would want to market to people who like certain internet marketing gurus. So one ad would be like fans of Ryan Deiss. Then you would create another ad, could be the exact same text, exact same images, but it's going to be just people who like Frank Kern. Then you do another ad and be people who just like might feel same, for example. And you're tracking all this with this conversion pixel, this conversion tracking pixel, and that lets you know which fan page is driving you the cheapest conversions and the best clicks and the best people who actually want to sign up to your list or buy your stuff. And then you know, hey, I can spend more money with this one because I'm getting such good results. And let's say you've got an ad going and you're getting like 100 new people a day, and you're spending $100 a day. Well, you might go, well, that's great. Let's ramp this up and spend more money and get more leads. And as long as you're making a profit on it, why not? I mentioned this earlier, but if you're doing different ad texts or targeting different sex or age demographics, you basically create new ads for each one so you can track it and really see what your results are. Now, that being said, this is kind of a pain in the butt to set up, but it can be fantastic traffic. And once you have it going, it's going. As long as your squeeze page is still, your squeeze page and ad are still relevant to people and people are interested in that topic, this could last for years to come. So it's something that has a lot of potential for you. And I mean, you can always change your ad up later, but it's kind of one of those set and forget it. And once it's working, you check on it occasionally and make sure it's still doing well for you, but you have a nice steady traffic source, which that's the nice thing about paid advertising versus like SEO and versus joint ventures. Joint ventures, you're constantly having to go out there generally and getting them on board. You're bribing them with contest prizes and with high commission payouts, and you have a relationship that you've built with these people. Paid advertising, and like trying to get natural search engine rankings, you could have top search engine rankings today and tomorrow be gone from the search engines. I mean, that's the scary thing about that. The nice thing about paid advertising, at least for the most part, if you have a campaign running, it keeps running as long as it's working. And I guess there's sometimes where they'll make some changes to the program and decide, hey, we don't want to do affiliate marketing anymore. You got to kick all your affiliate stuff out of here. Well, that can happen. That's definitely happened to people. But by and large, you set up a PPC campaign or a Facebook campaign, and you don't have to check it like every 15 minutes to make sure it's still driving you traffic. As long as you're able to spend money, they want to take your money. And so that's the nice thing about pay-per-click traffic. So step number 1, you want to click the advertise on Facebook. So this is how you set up any Facebook ad. And it gets kind of this little drop-down box where you can select what kind of Facebook ad you want to do. So you're going to select website conversions. And now if you want to do page likes, you do page likes. You want to do clicks to website, do that. Event responses, so if you're promoting like a webinar, offer claims, that offer thing we talked about. We're going to do website conversions because if you're going to do traffic, especially to your own products or to your own squeeze page, which is probably what you're going to want to do first anyways, this is how you're going to do an ad. The page likes, page post engagement, clicks to website, they're all pretty similar to this. It's missing a couple steps, and you can find you could go online or on Facebook or just intuitively do it and try these other ones if you want. But website conversions is 99% of the time what you want to do if you're promoting your own products or your own squeeze page on Facebook. So you just click website conversions, you type in your URL to your squeeze page. Then it's going to ask you what you want to track. You want to track leads? Okay. Let's create this pixel, and you give it a name and you click create pixel. Then you copy and paste the pixel. It tells you exactly what to do. You just copy that code and you put it on your thank you page. You upload that thank you page to your website and you test it out. You just verify that it's working. It'll tell you that it's working. Then it lets you create an ad. So you upload your images, and you can do up to 6 images here on Facebook. Then you create your advertisement. So if you already have a Facebook fan page, which I highly recommend you do, because one of the nice things, especially, okay, so let's say you're doing a newsfeed ad. There's an option where people can click like next to your newsfeed ad, and they'll get your other newsfeed announcements. You kind of get likes, you still pay for it, but kind of like as an added bonus. that you wouldn't otherwise get. The other nice thing is your newsfeed ads, well, especially your right column ads, and I think your newsfeed ads too, but especially your right column ads, it'll say exactly how many people like the specific page it's linked to, and that's a great way to kind of create some social trust with people and get them to take action, because they'll say, oh, this guy has a couple thousand likes already. Oh, that's cool. This must be legit. I want to check it out. So then you link it to your newsfeed. Then you put your headline that you want to do, and then I just typed up some real quick text here, and this is your text to get them to click. Now they've got this call to action button. This is a new thing that they just started rolling out in the last month or so, and basically it's like download or shop now or buy now or something like that, and all these different buttons, and you can just click on one of those, and that does seem to be having an increase in click-through rate. So it's definitely something to test yourself, but it early signs, and I know it's something that's like brand new in the last few weeks as of time that we're recording this, but it does seem to be having an impact in a positive fashion, and it doesn't cost you any more to add it. So then it's going to ask you to set your targeting. So this is the nice thing about Facebook. You can tell what country you want, or countries. You can have multiple countries here. You can choose your age. You could change your genders if you want. Then you type in your interests. So I'm doing people that are in the U.S. who are over the age of 35. I don't care if they're a man or woman right now. And they're interested in Ryan Deiss. And that was only 10,000 people. So pretty targeted. I think his page is, like 20 or 40,000 people who like his page. So this just narrowed it down to the ones that probably have money and just happen to live in the U.S., for example, just on this simple targeting. It took, 30 seconds to do. Then you set your budget, and so I typically do like $100 per day. I bid for clicks. I do it manually. And so it told me 88 cents, so I'll do like 5 cents higher just to make sure that my ad gets approved right away. I'll pop that in, I'll click place order. Then let's say I want to do a similar ad. I'll do create similar ad. It keeps everything the same, so I'll just change something. Instead of Ryan Deiss, I'll target people who like Frank Kern. And that's 13,600 people in the US that are age 35 or older. And then I just click place ad, and I just continue to do create similar ad, create similar ad, create similar ad as many times as I want to change something. And so, let's say there's 100 different internet marketing gurus you can find Facebook fan pages for. Well, you create 100 different ads, targeting their specific people who, live in the countries you want to target, that are a certain age or a certain sex or whatever. And that works, really well. And then with the conversion tracking pixel, you're able to see exactly which fan pages are producing the cheapest leads for you, or the best conversion rate, or whatever info you want to know. Basically the best bang for your buck. So you can pause or modify the ads that are sucking for you and spend more money on the ones that are doing really well. So how do you steal your competitors' customers? This is something I love to do. This is an awesome strategy. It's very lucrative. I use a tool. Actually, I have several different programs, but Social Lead Freak is the one I usually use the most. Actually, it is the one I use the most. This is my go-to tool for this. I think it's $97 now for this software. It lets you grab all the people who have posted or liked to post on a fan page. It can also target groups and like events. So if like someone's saying that I'm going to attend this webinar, you can target those people too. Or I'm going to be at this seminar, you can attend those people, or go after those people. Oftentimes, these are going to be the most passionate. The most passionate, the most interested and engaged people, because I'll show you an example here in a little bit. I'm going to show you Zig Ziglar's page and show you step by step how I'm doing this, and you'll just see how powerful this software is. Anyways, you then upload this list of people as what's called a custom audience into Facebook, and you target those people directly. And so that's a much faster, a much better way, and a much cheaper way of targeting the people that are actually going to engage with your page and actually be interested in Facebook advertising. So you can take a page that has like tens of thousands of fans down to like 500 or 2,000 or so people that are really passionate, really interested, really engaged with that person, and that'll be your custom audience. And so, I mean, a lot of these gurus where they've had, 10, 20, 30, 40,000 fans, I've gotten it down where there's like 500 people that are around the world. There's like 500 people that actually are like interacting with their page and like really diehard fan of them. And then, it drops down even less when you just target like the top countries, the top like 4 or 5 countries, and those 500 people become like 300 people that are really engaged and really passionate. And those are going to be the best customers, more than likely, of that person. There's going to be some other people that aren't on Facebook or aren't a Facebook fan of that person yet, or just aren't engaged, but you get a much cheaper clicks this way, so it kind of makes up for it. So once you have Social Lead Freak or a similar program, you just sign in. Then you search for whatever page you want. So I figured, well, I'll do Zig Ziglar because he's dead now, but he was a wonderful business motivational speaker. And so his page has 107, or not 107, a little over 1 million likes. So I go to his page. I like it. I like Zig Ziglar anyways, but figure, well, why not? I'll like the page just so I can get all the data. Then, in this example, Zig Ziglar's page really has a lot of interaction, and I'm not quite sure why they have so much engagement. It's absolutely fascinating. They'll post a photo on Zig's page, and it'll be, like an inspirational quote, kind of like, like those posters and calendars where it just has like this awe-inspiring photo and then has like a quote, like a success quote related to it. Basically, they post things like that, and they'll put a post up, and they'll like within a few hours they'll have like 50,000 people who like it, and they'll have like 1,000 people who commented on it. And it's like, what the heck? How are you guys getting so much engagement? I don't know how they're doing it. Anyways, with Social Lead Freak, you can extract people who've commented and people who liked the page. So at first, when I was doing this morning, it was about 9 in the morning here, I clicked the extract comment and like IDs, and it took forever because I thought, well, gee, what did I do? Did I break the program? It's never taken this long. But for some reason, Zig Ziglar's page is just, people are just fanatics about Zig. And, when you have a couple hundred posts there that have like 50,000 likes on it, it takes a long time to go through and to get every user ID and store all that information and get rid of all the duplicates and just keep doing it over and over and over again. So it took like a good hour, and it wasn't even done. And I was like, wow, every time I've done this, it's only taken like a minute or two max. Oftentimes it's been like 30 seconds and it goes through the whole page. So I changed it for myself where I was just extracting people who've commented. And anyways, long story short, the, several hours it would have taken to download everything, I was able to do in a few minutes. So that's the other nice thing. By just going after people who comment, these are people that are even more passionate about the topic. So just a little food for thought. So it's going to ask if you want to process these posts. You just click yes, and it'll process them one at a time. Then when it's done, it's going to ask you to save it. You name the file. I named it Zig Ziglar. I click save. You go into Facebook. In the advertising section, there will be this audiences bit. You click on that. You click this green create audience button at the top. Here's just a handful of my audiences. So here's another thing that I'm going to do. I'm just going to teach you here. I've got I took some of my contacts from LinkedIn, and I've got thousands of people on LinkedIn, but I was able to create a custom audience just off people that are, I don't know if they're called friends, but connections on LinkedIn. And I don't know how many connections I have, but several thousand. And you can just export that data in LinkedIn. And I found 2,700 people that are LinkedIn friends of mine. So most of these are going to be internet marketers, or at least business owners, because they're on LinkedIn. Business professionals, I guess I should say. And these are people that I could market to. I could either promote like something about LinkedIn if I wanted, or I could promote internet marketing stuff, or like productivity stuff, or some sort of business self-improvement type thing to them if I wanted to. And it's just an audience that I made like last month and just haven't really done anything with. But I thought it was just an interesting idea. So anyways, I've got a lot of different ones here, different buyers, different speakers, different like gurus. Like here's some one for people who like Ben Adkins, who's like a Facebook guru. So I wanted to do some ads on Facebook stuff. So I figured, well, why not target people who like one of the Facebook experts, and then I can, build a little list of Facebook advertising people, people that are into that kind of stuff. Here's another one where I targeted people who, one of my friends, Tim Castleman, he's got a group. Well, he's got a product where he did like notes for the Traffic and Conversion Summit. Anyways, he's got a Facebook group where he's got, I guess 1,400 people or so who actually bought his product on these traffic and conversion notes. Okay, so this is people who bought like last year's edition, like the 2013 edition, and so he had recently put out the 2014 edition. Well, anyways, I did an ad targeting people who bought the previous year's edition. That ad, plus I did some other stuff because I also targeted people who actually attended the seminar too. Anyways, between those two ads, I ended up making well over 100 sales for him in a few days, and I didn't like promote to my list. This is just from Facebook ads, and I mean he was like grilling me every day. We ended up talking on the phone a couple times, and other times since then. He's like, how do you do this? What's going on? So I showed him how to do Facebook ads, and to my knowledge, he's doing Facebook ads right now for some of his own stuff. So, he was just shocked that I was able to make so many sales just off Facebook advertising. So anyways, you click the Create Audiences button, and then you've got a few options here. You want to do this data file custom audience. You click that. And then you can upload your file. So I uploaded the Zig Ziglar file. Then I enter in like my name that I'm going to use for it, so I know what it is. You have the option of doing user IDs, email addresses. So if you have an email list, you just click email addresses, phone numbers. So like if you had, you could be kind of strange, but you could take like, let's say you had the phone numbers of every business in your community or area. You could upload those phone numbers to Facebook, and that could be your custom audience of business owners in your local area, especially if you're doing like local internet marketing services. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. This would be a way of marketing to them where if you didn't know the business owner's name, well, they still might be signed up to Facebook and have their business phone number connected for some reason. There's people that do that. Or they have like a business Facebook page and they get connected that way. So anyways, you have a few different options, but for this example we're going to select user IDs, and then we click Create Audience. Then the audience is created. Now out of the 1 million plus people who like Zig Ziglar's page, when I used Social Lead Freak, it only found 42,315 people who comment on the stuff he posts and are like really engaged with the page. There was 1 million people who liked it, over 1 million people. There are only 42,000 people that actually were interacting with the page and commenting on the pictures he was sharing. Yeah, there are people that liked the images he was sharing and probably clicked on those, but ones that actually added to the conversation. So these are the most passionate people. I mean, some of these people probably got in arguments. Other ones, were just like, oh yes, this is amazing, I love it. Other people probably ask questions. I mean, it's just phenomenal what this data can do. And it just, when you're targeting an audience of 42,000 versus an audience of over 1 million, there's a big difference in what you can do. And yeah, I know it sounds like it sounds counterintuitive that you're marketing to such a small, 42,000 is still a lot of people in the grand scheme of things, but such a small audience. But your clicks are so much cheaper, and the people are so much more targeted, and they're so much more receptive to things that this is just a much better way of marketing. Because like everyone and their brother wants the easy solution, and if you're just willing to just go that little extra mile, you can do so much more, spend a lot less, and get better results. And yeah, it may seem like work now, but this Zig Ziglar audience, it took me a few minutes to have it all like set and done when I did it, where I was just extracting the people who commented. Within 10 minutes I had everything set up and done. But some of those people are going to be interested in internet marketing, so I could promote internet marketing stuff. People are definitely into sales. Almost all of them are going to be salesmen. They're going to be interested in motivational things. There's a lot of different things I could promote to this audience. I mean, I could. Zig Ziglar probably has an affiliate program. I could promote his products, possibly, just to those people that are like really engaged fans of his. And that could turn into a very lucrative income stream. And I mean, it's unfortunate that he's deceased now, because that would build a relationship. Even if I was marketing to existing clientele of his, it would still build a relationship, because I was putting, food on his table. I was putting money in his pocket, creating value for him. And that's a fantastic way to build a business, is to create value for other big name people, competitors, if you will, or people that market to a similar demographic as yours. And that's a great way to just build those relationships and learn more, grow more, and sometimes they're going to be interested in promoting you. So once you've created your audience, you're going to want to create a new ad or tweak an ad. And so instead of doing this interest down here at the bottom where you do Zig Ziglar and it'd be like 1 million people, you put Zig Ziglar at the top here where it says custom audience. And so custom audience Zig Ziglar, I just have it set for the default of 13 and above. That's only 28,000 people of those 42,000 or whatever. So I mean, it's a lot, but that's a lot less than 1 million people that are interested in Zig Ziglar. Here's 28,000 people. That's manageable. And if I did like 35 and up, and just men or whatever, this 28,000 might drop to 10,000 for all I know. And it's just a lot nicer, a lot better. So then you click save ad or create ad or whatever it is, and you've got that new ad running. So how do you market to your existing customers? Well, you do this by creating a custom audience as well. There's 2 easy ways to do this. So you could take like your email list, and this could be your email list for everyone who's a subscriber of yours, or you could take just your customers and you upload that as a custom audience. Some other things you might want to do that I'm not really seeing people do, but like let's say you have an email list and maybe you've got 20,000 subscribers that you've marketed to over the years. Maybe you've got 1,000 people that have unsubscribed. Well, you could take those list of people, everyone that's unsubscribed, and that could be a Facebook audience that you could market other stuff to, or maybe get those people to come back on your list, because maybe they were overwhelmed at that time, but maybe they're more receptive to getting emails now. So that's another way of kind of re-engaging people, getting people back on your list. But anyway, so you upload this list of your customers or your entire email list if you want. That's one option. Option number 2, and I do this as well, I do both of these, is you take like all your PayPal transactions. So you can just, there's an area in PayPal where you can just export like all your data, everything that's ever happened, every transaction, and then you would just go, okay, here's all the ones where people sent me money from the last, year or two or whatever. And you take that information and you upload that as a custom audience to PayPal. And what it'll do is it will find those emails, and then it will search through their database and go, oh, well, here's the 10,000 emails you uploaded, and we found 7,000 of them actually had Facebook accounts. So then you have this new audience of like 7,000 people you can market to, and those other 3,000 people or whatever, they either don't have a PayPal account or they don't have a PayPal account with that specific email. So, that's the downside. You're probably not going to find them anyways, because a lot of people have pretty common names. But if you are able to find them, you could always add them later on yourself. But this is just a quick, dirty, easy way of doing it. This is going to be the easiest money you make, and hardly any marketer does this. In fact, whenever I mention this to people, they're just like shocked that you can do this. It seems they have no idea. They're too busy selling t-shirts through Teespring on Facebook and following those gimmicks. And yeah, there's money in it, but I would rather create stuff that makes a business for me instead of building up Teespring where I have no control. Here's another thing. This is a JV invite. So you guys know I did a product launch in January, and so some of the people who promoted it, and I had hundreds of people promote my offer. I'll go into more detail next week on exactly how many. But anyways, I did an ad promoting my joint venture invite page. And a JV invite page is basically a page that convinces the JV partners to promote. It tells them, okay, here's when I'm launching my product. Here's how much money you're going to make. Here's the prices. Here's all this sorts of stuff. Here's how to get access to the product for a review. All sorts of cool stuff. Anyways, there's these groups on Facebook of people that are affiliates online, and they want to promote various offers. So these are JV partners you could reach out to, and they're in these different groups where they get notified of new offers. So I found a bunch of the big groups on Facebook, and I extracted the contact information of every single marketer that was in these groups, and that allowed me to market to, well, it's 17,000 people here, but I have some other stuff in here. Like I've got some other sites that I'm associated with where I've got some of my customer lists and some other things that I'm a part of. But a lot of this was JV partners. I'd say at least half of these were people that like actually have an email list who could definitely send traffic to it. And so for this specific ad, I spent around $26, $25.98. I got clicks for around 12 cents each, and I got 208 clicks for the time that I ran this ad for a few days. Okay, now most of these people I'm targeting, a lot of these guys could send out an email and make 10, 20, 50, 100 sales for me from one email. Do you think it was worth spending $26 to possibly get the attention of that person to maybe sign up to my JV invite list to perhaps promote this product, or to sign up to my JV invite list and maybe get invited to promote another product of mine? You betcha, because any of these guys could make more money than what I spent. There's people on there that could send thousands of clicks if they wanted to, if they found an offer that was doing really well for them and could make me thousands upon thousands of dollars. So this is probably, return on investment wise, the best advertising you're ever going to get is promoting to these JV partners and getting them to be interested in promoting your offer. So just bear that in mind. Now, here's another thing I did. I went to a seminar in January, and I did something that I've never seen anyone else do. I did ads to the seminar attendees, and just to them. And so my ad was like, "Are you at Traffic and Conversion Summit? We should meet up." call or text Reed at 507-304-3399. That's my cell phone number. Okay? So that was one of my ads. Now, my total ad spend, and this was targeting, I guess, 880 people who actually could see the ads, okay? 45 website clicks. Now, I wasn't really trying to get clicks, but I just figured, well, I'll throw a website link in there just in case. Okay? I paid 64 cents per click. 682 of the 880 actually signed in during the time that we were at the event. So this is only up for a couple days, okay? So 682 of them actually saw my ad. The amount of times that they saw my ad was almost 25 times per person saw my ad. So saw my picture, saw my phone number showing up on their computer screen over and over and over again, okay? I ended up getting some clicks on my ad. I spent a whopping $28.71, okay? Now at the event, I got tons of text messages, lots of phone calls. I had people walking up to me at the event, and this is an event where there were like 2,500, 3,000 people there, and they all paid, $2-3 grand to be there, plus flight, plus hotel. It was not a cheap event to go to, okay? And plus food, so it was pretty expensive. I had people invite me out to dinner. I had people invite me for drinks. I had people invite me to go to nightclubs with them. I had people want to take me and go like sightseeing and hiking. I had people who wanted to do business with me. I had all sorts of cool stuff, all because I spent $29 basically on ads. And this is only because people clicked the advertising. I could have done some tweaks to this and spent less money. But I mean, I had people introducing me to other people, saying, oh, here's Reed, you've probably seen his Facebook ads today. I had people where I would be on the phone, like I'd talk to my parents, I'd call me at the end of the day, or I'd call them at the end of the seminar, and they asked me how things were going. I'd be outside. I'd have people walk up to me and be like, that Facebook ad's awesome. I'd have people, I'd just be walking through the event, and they'd, smile and wave at me because I was like some celebrity to them because they saw my picture over and over and over again the entire time. I mean, people were talking about this. This was a phenomenal thing. No one else is doing this. And, people were picking my brain. Oh, how'd you do this? How'd you do it? And it was like, it's so easy. I just used Social Lead Freak, and I targeted people because this was an event by Ryan Deiss. He had a page. He had a Facebook event invite page. Okay, so I targeted every single person who said, yes, I'm attending Traffic and Conversion Summit. And it ended up being like 1,600 people or whatever. And so I just did that and then targeted people that like lived in the US or something, or I changed some targeting features, and I guess I didn't target everyone by mistake. But anyways, so I made some glitches here. I could have, had even more people see my ad probably. But anyways, I was able to get a lot of the audience to, see my advertising and talk about it. And these people approached me. I mean, talk about a different position to be in. Okay? I mean, I walked up to, to Ryan and to Frank and stuff like that, and they both knew who I was immediately. Now, granted, I've made a lot of sales for them. The last time I saw Frank in person was at a friend's wedding. Okay, so I do know these guys, but they've got a couple thousand people there at their event. You can't remember everyone's name and face like that. And they were like excited to see me, and I know that the Facebook ads helped because I'm sure they saw the Facebook ads over and over and over again, and that reinforced who I was to them and that I was at the event. Plus, another thing I did, and you guys should know this too, is every single speaker that was speaking at the event, I reached out to privately before going to the event. And I sent them a Facebook message saying, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you at Traffic and Conversion Summit. If there's any help you need or anything, don't hesitate to get in touch with me. Here's my phone number. Okay? I didn't come from a position of, hey, would you like to promote my stuff? Hey, would you like to do business together? Hey, would you like to do this for me? Hey, could you introduce me to so and so? No, I took the position of, hey, we're both going to be here. Is there anything I can do to make it easier for you? Because I know how it is when you're in a different city, or you're in a different country and you're at these events and you're jet lagged and you're tired and everyone's coming up to you and they want stuff, and it's like, I love it when someone's like, hey, what can I do to help you? And that builds a relationship that I can build on, even if they didn't take me up on it, even if they didn't do anything with it. Okay, I'm an odd duck. I'll go to an event and I'll be one of the featured speakers. Okay, but I'll be there and I'll be setting up chairs the day before. I'll be doing all sorts of other stuff. I'll be getting to know the staff that are there. I'll be doing other things, other kind of relationship building stuff, and helping other people achieve more, because that's how I like to be. Where like a lot of the other speakers, and I'm not saying at this event, I'm just saying like in general, a lot of the other speakers, they want to come in there, they want to give their 60-minute, 90-minute talk, give their little presentation, and then fly out of there. I've seen people come in, they show up like 30 minutes before their talk, they give their speech, they're out like 10 minutes after they're done. And they leave. They don't even stay at the hotel. They don't stay for the weekend. They come in, they come out, they come in like for that afternoon, they fly out, and they go home. And it's like, okay, I guess that maybe has a good like return on time investment for what you've got to do, and maybe you've got other stuff going on, but I don't know. You're here to actually help people, and you're here to build a better relationship with the speakers and with the event organizer and your customers. Guys, I mean, these people are spending a lot of money to be at a seminar. They're serious people, and it just, I don't know. I guess in a way, it just feels kind of disrespectful to me that a lot of these marketers don't have the heart in it, and they just seem to want your money. And I'm not saying it's people at this specific seminar. I'm just saying like in general at a lot of events I've been to. And not every marketer is this way. There's just a handful of people, and I could name them, but I'm not gonna. And it's tacky. I can't do it. Yeah, is there going to be a time? I'm sure there's going to be a time where I'm going to fly to an event, not end up staying at the hotel, and then leaving and going to another event or something. I'm sure it's going to happen sometime in my career, but I try not to overbook these types of things, because it's not how. Well, I mean, if I were hosting an event and all my speakers did that, I would be pretty upset with them, because I think that's rude. If I was a customer at the event and I wanted to buy your product, I would find that weird that you were only there for your talk and you left. And I would be like, well, does this person even care, or they just want my money? So, food for thought for you guys. So the homework for tonight's call is just create your first Facebook ad. So it could be promote your squeeze page, could be an affiliate offer, you could have a fan page, just anything. Create a Facebook ad and set it up. Start driving some traffic to something. This is easy, it's fun. If you haven't gotten your other homework into me, make sure you do that as well. Get this information to me by Monday the 17th. I think that's St. Patrick's Day. So get that into me and just send it via my support desk. And that's at www.readfluorine.com/help. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the line here.
The conference is now unlocked.
And I'll just see if any of you guys have any questions on tonight's call. Feel free to say it over the phone or type in the text. And if there's no questions here, we'll just end in a couple minutes. Any questions, guys? Yes, no? Quiet group tonight. wait another minute or so here. And guess I just dumped a lot of information on you. Hopefully you're able to hear everything just fine. Alright, I'll just let this run another minute or so. We'll just go to 46 minutes past the hour. We're at 9:45 or 10:45 Eastern Time. Oh, thank you, Shane. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I had kind of the basic outline of what I wanted to do, and did a kind of complete overhaul to the presentation this morning. So it was kind of fun because yesterday my dad had told me reminded me that I was supposed to help him out today with his water festival. So it was kind of fun waking up early and redoing the whole presentation so I could spend the day helping out there. I'm glad you don't have any questions, and I haven't heard anyone else come forward, so I guess I just dumped too much information tonight. So, basically the homework is get your Facebook ad up and running, and let me know that you did it, and just take a screenshot or something. And if you have any questions on your ad or how to improve it, let me know. But just get something going. Start driving some traffic to like a squeeze page or an affiliate offer. And that's what I'd like you to do. Also, if there's any homework that you haven't gotten into me yet, make sure you do so I can review that and help you out with that. And then with that, next week we're going to talk about joint ventures. This is my #1 traffic strategy. It's the most lucrative traffic you're ever going to get. It's really what takes you from like a nobody marketer to a success, and it's very awesome traffic. This is how I make the bulk of my sales. So with that, I look forward to seeing your homework on Monday the 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day, and I hope you have a wonderful and safe weekend. And I look forward to speaking again on Wednesday. So have a wonderful night, and we'll speak soon. Take care.